Hello everyone, I am Margi Archita from Sveris College of Engineering, Pandharpur. Today we are going to meet once again to learn a next topic, that is linear programming. Okay, let us have look onto this. So linear programming. What is a linear programming? What is meant by linear programming? So linear programming is a technique which helps us to find the optimum solution for a given problem, and an optimum solution is that solution which is the best possible outcome of a given problem. So here, what is meant by linear programming? As we have seen that a mathematical tool for maximizing or minimizing a quantity, that is usually in profit or loss or cost of production subject to the certain constraint, that is the linear programming. Okay, so here we have to focus on the structure and the formulation of a linear programming problem. Okay, so here whenever we are going to see the linear programming, we have to look at the simple definition. So linear programming is a scientific tool to handle optimization problems. Here we shall learn about some basic concept of linear programming problems in two variables, their applications, their advantages, limitations, formulation and graphical method of solution. Okay, so in that first case, that is linear inequation, and how to put it in graphical method. So graph of a linear equation. So linear inequation in one variable, it can be put in terms of ax plus b which is greater than 0, ax plus b is less than 0, cy plus d is greater than 0, etc. And these are called as linear inequations in one variable, and graph of these inequations can be shown as follows. Look at this, there is a graph which have linear inequations. Okay, once again we are going to see that the graph of ax plus b is greater than 0, ax plus b is less than 0 are obtained by dividing xy plane into two semi-planes by the line x is equal to minus a by b. So by using that equations, we can write that x is equal to minus a by b, which is parallel to y-axis. Similarly, for cy plus d is greater than 0 and cy plus d is less than 0. Further, linear inequation in two variables. So generally we can take that linear inequations are as ax plus by is greater than c, ax plus by is less than c. If any ordered pair x1 y1 satisfies an inequation, then it is said to be a solution of the inequation. Let us look at this graph of these inequations which is given below here. Ax plus by is less than c, which comes in first quadrant. Ax plus by is equal to c, which comes in second quadrant. Ax plus by is greater than c is in third quadrant. Okay, now we are going to see working rule of these. So by using this inequations, we can find out graphs. How to take that? To draw the graph of an inequation, we can use the following procedure. So first procedure or first step of that working rule, write the equation ax plus by is equal to so. So make a table for the solution of ax plus by is equal to c. First of all, what to do here? Whenever that given equations are in terms of ax plus by is less than c or ax plus by is greater than c, put it in x plus by is equal to c, and we can take the solutions of ax plus by is equal to c, and by using this solution we can put the graph of the line ax plus by is equal to c. The next point, if the inequation is greater than or less than, then the points lying on this line is not considered and line is drawn dotted or discontinuous. Then if the inequation is greater than or equal to or less than or equal to, then the points lying on the line is considered and line is drawn bold or continuous. This line divides the plane XOY in two regions. To find the region that satisfies the inequations, we apply the following rules. First, take an arbitrary point which will be in either region. If it satisfies the given inequation, then the required region will be the region in which the arbitrary point is located. The next, if it does not satisfy the inequation, then the other region is the required region. Then draw the lines in the required region or make it shaded. If simultaneous linear inequations in two variables are given, so first consider the solution set of a system of simultaneous linear equation is the set of all points in two-dimensional space which satisfies all the inequations simultaneously. Therefore, to find the solution set, we find the region of the plane common to all the portions comprising the solution set of a given inequations. So in case there is no region common to all the solutions of the given inequations, we say that the solution set is void or empty. Then what is the feasible region? Now, well, we are going to solve the LPP examples, that is linear programming problems. That time we need two equations, maybe negative or non-negative. Okay, simultaneous equations that are known as inequations, constraints. Then by using that constraints, means that constraints are restrictions to that region, and by using that constraint we can find out feasible region or we get that feasible region. So here feasible region, the limited or bounded region of the graph made by two inequations is called a feasible region. What is given here? Whenever that two inequations are bounded, then that region is called as a feasible region. All the points in feasible region constitute the solution of a system of inequations. The feasible solution of linear programming problems belongs to only first quadrant. If feasible region is empty, then there is no any solution for that problem. Okay. So in this graph you can get that feasible region, that shaded region is a feasible region. Okay, so region which consists of all possible solution choices for a particular problem, it will be feasible region. So we can use any two constraints, and by using that constraints we will get that feasible region like this. Then after that, corner point principle. So which point is optimal? Just look at that. Any point in feasible region will satisfy constraint equation, but which will maximize profit equation. So here corner point principle in linear programming problem, the maximal value for profit always correspond to a corner point on feasible region. Okay, so here what is the corner point principle? It will get clear in examples. Okay, just look at this figure or this graph. You will get that by using this graph you will get that clear corner point principle, which is highlighted in red. Now there are some terms of linear programming. The term programming means planning and refers to a process of determining a particular program. The first point, that is objective function. The linear function which is to be optimized, that is maximized or minimized, is called objective function of linear programming problem. Then constraints or restrictions. Just we have discussed the conditions of the problem expressed as a simultaneous equations or inequations are called constraints or restrictions. Okay, so here these are the constraint or restrictions, means here whatever that equations given in that examples, that will be the restrictions to that region. Non-negative constraints. Variables applied in the objective function of a linear programming problem are always non-negative. While we are solving the examples in CET, that time we are getting that examples in non-negative constraints. The inequations which represent such constraints are called non-negative constraints. Okay, then basic variables. If m variables associated with columns of the m by n non-singular matrix which may be different from 0 are called basic variables. Suppose we have equation z is equal to x plus by. Here x and y, these are known as decision variables, and a and b, these are the constants. Then basic solution, a solution in which the vectors associates to m variables are linear and the remaining m minus n variables are 0 is called a basic solution. Now basic solution is called a degenerate basic solution. Okay, if at least one of the basic variables is 0, and basic solution is called as non-degenerate if none of the basic variable is 0. Then feasible solution, the set of the values of the variables which satisfies the set of constraints of linear programming problem, and it is called as a feasible solution of the linear programming problem. Okay, then what is the optimal solution? As just we have discussed, optimal solution, it is a feasible solution for which objective function is minimum or maximum, and this is called as a optimal solution. Then what is the isopropyl line? The line drawn in geometrical area of a feasible region of LPP. LPP here, linear programming problem, that is a shortcut, for which the objective function to be maximized remains constant at all the points. Line on the line is called as a isopropyl line, and if the objective function is to be minimized, then these lines are called as isocost lines. Then convex set. In linear programming problems, feasible solution is generally a polygon in first quadrant. This polygon is convex. It means if 2 points of polygon are connected by a line, then the line must be inside the polygon. For example, just look at these given figures. First, second, third and fourth. Here first and second are convex set, while third and fourth, these two figures are not convex set. Now mathematical formulation of a linear programming. Okay, there are mainly 4 steps in the mathematical formulation of a linear programming problem as mathematical model. We will discuss formulation of those problems which involve only 2 variables. Okay, so if, as we know that whenever that given equation is of the type z is equal to x plus by, x and y, these are the decision variables. Okay, and a and b, these are the constant. So first, whenever we are going to solve the examples of linear programming, we have to focus the structure. We have to focus on the structure and the formulation of a linear programming problem. So first understand it well and then convert it to the linear programming problem. So there are two aspects. What are they? First, identify the set of constants and express them as linear equations or inequation in terms of decision variables. These constraints are the given conditions, and here it is the formulation part. Okay, then identifying the objective function and express it as a linear function of a decision variables. It may take the form of maximizing profit or production or minimizing cost. So after this we are getting a solution part. Then add the non-negativity restrictions on the decision variables as in the physical problems. Negative values of decision variables have no valid interpretation. Means whenever we are solving that LPP, we need two terms. One is formulation part and second one is a solution part. What is the formulation part? First understand the given problem and then convert it to linear programming problem by using that decision variables constants and giving constraints. Graphical solution of two variable in linear programming problem. There are two techniques to solve that LPP by graphical method, that is corner point method, then isoprofit or isocost method. First, corner point method. Working rule to corner point method. First, formulate mathematically the LPP, draw graph for every constraint, just we have discussed. Then find the feasible solution region. Find the coordinates of the vertices of feasible solution region. Calculate the value of objective function at these vertices. Optimal value, that may be minimum or maximum, is required solution. And if there is no possibility to determine the point at which the suitable solution found, the solution of problem is unbounded. Okay. If feasible region is empty, then there is no solution for the problem. Nearer to the origin, the objective function is minimum, and that of further from the origin, the objective function is maximum. Just look for isoprofit or isocost method. Various steps of the methods are as follows. First, find the feasible region of the LPP. Assign a constant value z1 to z and draw the corresponding line to the objective function. The next, assign another value z2 to z and draw the corresponding line of the objective function. And in that case, if z1 is less than z2 or z1 is greater than z2, then in case of maximization or minimization, move the line P1 Q1 corresponding to Z1 to the line P2 Q2 corresponding to Z2 parallel to itself as far as possible until the farthest point within the feasible region is touched by this line. The coordinates of the point gives maximum or minimum value of that objective function. Okay. And the problem with more equations or inequations can be handled easily by this method. Okay. And in case of unbounded region, it either finds an optimal solution or declares an unbounded solution. Unbounded solutions are not considered optimal solution. In real world problems, unlimited profit or loss is not possible. Now find the vertices of simple feasible region without drawing a graph. First, bounded region. So what is the bounded region? If you are taking any two constraints, we are drawing a lines in that on that xy plane, then we are getting a particular region by any two constraints. Okay, so that region is bounded by that two constraints or that two inequations, and it is known as a bounded region. Okay, so look at this. It is the form of the triangle or quadrilateral. Whenever that region is bounded, and it will be in terms of triangle or quadrilateral. So change these inequations into equations, then by putting x is equal to 0, y is equal to 0, we get the solution. Also by solving the equations, we get the vertices of bounded region. There is a simple method to put the graph. Okay, the maximum value of objective function lies at one vertex in limited region. You will get the idea while we are solving that examples of linear programming problems. Then what is the unbounded region? The region surrounded by the inequations m by x plus by in first quadrant is called unbounded region. Okay, so change the inequations in equation and solve for x is equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So there are advantages and limitations of LPP. As we know that linear programming is used to minimize the cost of production or maximum programming models. A decision maker can most efficiently and effectively employ his production factor and limited resource to get maximum profit or at minimum cost. Okay, what are the limitations? The linear programming can be applied only when the objective functions and all the constants can be expressed in terms of linear equations or inequations. Okay, in this type of examples, there is a condition. Maybe x is greater than or equal to 0, y is greater than or equal to 0, and such type of conditions are called as non-negative restrictions or non-negative constraints. Okay, so here the linear inequalities or inequations or restrictions on variables of LPP are called as a constraints. Just look at this. Linear programming techniques provide solutions only when all the elements related to a problem can be quantified. The coefficients in the objective function and in the constraints must be known with the certainty and should remain unchanged during the period of study. So there are simple tricks and tips for LPP. In some of the linear programming problems, constraints are inconsistent. That is, there does not exist any one point which satisfies all the constraints. Such type of linear programming problems are said to have infeasible solution. If the constraints in a linear programming problem are changed, the problem is to be re-evaluated. The optimal value of the objective function is attained at the point given by corner points of the feasible region. If a LPP admits two optimal solutions, it has an infinite number of optimal solutions. If there is no possibility to determine the point at which the suitable solution can be found, then the solution of a problem is unbounded. The maximum value of objective function lies at one vertex in limited region. Now we are going to see some examples related to that LPP. So let us see first example. For the constraint of a linear optimizing function z is equal to x1 plus x2 given by x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 1 3x1 plus x2 is greater than or equal to 3 and x1 comma x2 is greater than or equal to 0. So first of all, we are given x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 1, means here we are taking this equation as x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, and then second equation 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3. What is the condition is given? x1 comma x2 is greater than or equal to 0. Now what will be the answer? There are two feasible regions, there are infinite feasible regions, there is no feasible region, and last one is none of these. Let us take the look. So here, by using that equation, the given equation we have as x1 plus x2 is equal to 1. So it is a first constant, and second one is 3x1 plus x2 is equal to 3. So by using these two equations, we are taking these lines. Okay, so by using these two lines, we are going to find out the feasible region. By using x1 plus x2 is equal to 1, we are drawing a line. What are the vertex points? A with 0, 1, C with 1, 0, B with 0, 3. Okay, so we can see here there is no any area which will be feasible. Okay, so here we can see that no any feasible region. Next example, which of the following is not a vertex of the positive region bounded by the inequalities 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 6, 5x plus 3y is less than or equal to 15, and xy is greater than or equal to 0. Now here we have two in equations, 2x plus 3y equal to 6 and second one is 5x plus 3y is equal to 15. So how to solve that? First of all, we are taking that corner points, intersection points, point of intersections. So by using these two equations, so look at this. What are they? 2x plus 3y is equal to 6. If we are keeping x is equal to 0, we are getting value of y will be 2, and put y is equal to 0, then we are getting value of x will be 3. So in same way, if we are keeping x is equal to 0 in this second equation, 5x plus 3y is equal to 15, we are getting the value of y is equal to 5. And if y is 0, we are getting the value of x is equal to 3. So here we are getting that point of intersections on this axis 0 to 0, 5, and there is a common point between these two lines, that is 3, 0. So here we can say that 0 to 0, 0 and 3, 0 all are vertices of feasible region. Hence we have the option D is correct. So here just we are looking for that question. What is the option D? None of these. Therefore here in this case option D is the correct option. Further we are going to see next example. For the constraints of linear programming given by x1 plus 2x2 is less than or equal to 2000, x1 plus x2 is less than or equal to 1500, and x1 comma x2 are greater than or equal to 0. Which one of the following points does not lie in the positive bounded region? Here options are given. So by using that equations, first equation is x1 plus x2 is equal to 1500, and second equation we have x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 2000. So if putting x1 is equal to 0, we will get that x2, that is 1500. Okay, and if we are keeping x2 is equal to 0, x1 will be 1500. In same way we are getting that point of intersections. For x1 plus 2x2 is equal to 2000. Put x1 is 0, x2 will be 1000, and if x2 will be 0, x1 will be 2000. So just plotting that points on this xy plane, or it is x1 and x2 plane. Just this y-axis as a x2 and this x-axis denoted by x1. So by using that, we have to get the lines, and here a point 2000 is outside of that region. Okay. Next example, the solution of the set of constant x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 11, 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 30, 2x plus 5y is less than or equal to 30, x is greater than or equal to 0, and y is greater than or equal to 0 includes the points. What is the solution? What will be the exact answer? Options A 2 3, B 3 2, 3 4, 4 3. So first look at that constants. X plus 2y is equal to 11, that is the first equation. 3x plus 4y is equal to 30, that is the second equation. Then 2x plus 5y is equal to 30, that is the third equation. Okay, so by using these three equations, we are drawing, or we are taking that lines on this graph. So first, by using that equation, we are getting that point of intersection. Okay, by putting x equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. So by using that, we will get the line like this. First, 3x plus 4y is equal to 30, and for this, if we are keeping y is equal to 0, x will be 10. If x is 0, y will be 30 by 4, that is 15 by 2. Then 2x plus 5y is equal to 30. By using this constant, we will get the point of coordinate of x and coordinate of y. So x, if x is 0, y will be 6, and if y is 0, x will be 15. Similarly, for the next equation, x plus 2y is equal to 11, x is 0, y will be 11 by 2, and if y is 0, x will be 11. So here just we are putting that points on this y-axis and x-axis, and we are drawing a line with these inequations. Okay, so what is the feasible region? Look at this. Next one, the graph of x is less than or equal to 2, y is greater than or equal to 2 will be situated in the first and second quadrant, second and third quadrant, first and third quadrant, and third and fourth quadrant. Just we are going to find out that where it situated. Look at this. In which? First and second quadrant, isn't it? X is equal to 2, y is equal to 2. So by using that, it lies in first and second quadrant. Got it? The next one, the position of points O, that is the origin points 0 0 and P 2 minus 2 in the region of graph of inequations 2x minus 3y is less than 5 will be. Options are given here: 0 inside and P outside. Sorry, that is 0 means here we are taking that O inside and P outside. O and P both are inside, O and P both outside, O outside and P inside. By using this equation, 2x minus 3y is less than 5 with points O 0 0, P 2 minus 2. Let us have a look where it's situated. 2x minus 3y is equal to 5. So by using that, if x is 0, y will be minus 5 by 3, and if y is 0, x will be 5 by 2. Where it comes? In third quadrant. So here on x-axis the point lies here, that is 5 by 2, 0, and on this y-axis in here fourth quadrant it will be 0 minus 5 by 3. So what will be the option? O inside and P outside. Look at that. O is inside and P is outside. Getting that next example. The true statement for the graph of inequations 3x plus 2y is less than or equal to 6 and 6x plus 4y is greater than or equal to 20 is. So first option, both graphs are disjoint, both do not contain origin, both contains points 1, 1 and none of these. What are the inequations? 3x plus 2y is equal to 6, 6x plus 4y is equal to 20. So which option will be correct option? By using these two inequations we are getting as 3x plus 2y is equal to 6 and 6x plus 4y is equal to 20. The lines represented by these inequations are parallel. If we are keeping that value of x is equal to 0 in first equation, we get y will be 3. If y is 0, x will be 2. So points are here. On y-axis 3, 0, on x-axis 2, 0. Similarly, if we are keeping x is 0 in second equation, 6x plus 4y is equal to 20. In that case, we are getting that point of intersections. Y, if x is 0, y will be 5. And if y is 0, x will be 20 by 6, that is 10 by 3. So here the given two equations are going to be parallel, that lines will be parallel lines. Okay, so hence here we can say that this graph is disjoint. Going for the next example, the vertex of common graph of inequalities 2x plus y is greater than or equal to 2 and x minus y is less than or equal to 3 is. Vertex of common graph of inequalities 2x plus y is equal to 2 and 3x minus y is equal to 3. So here we are going to solve this example by using that method. By putting x is equal to 0, we get y is equal to 2. If y is 0, x will be 1. So what are the point of intersection for this equation? 0 to 1, 0. Just plot that. And by using that next equation, x minus y is equal to 3. If x is 0, y will be minus 3, isn't it? And if y is 0, x will be 3. So point of intersections are 3, 0 and 0, minus 3. By using the line x minus y is equal to 3. So here we are getting that answer option B, 5 by 3 minus 4 by 3. Next example, a vertex of bounded region of inequalities x is greater than or equal to 0, x plus 2y is greater than or equal to 0 and 2x plus y is less than or equal to 4 is. So here we have two equations, x plus 2y equal to 0, second equation is 2x plus y is equal to 4 and the condition is given x is greater than or equal to 0. So here we are going to see that example. With this graph, x plus y is equal to 4. So by using this equation, we are getting that point of intersection by putting x equal to 0 and y is equal to 0. If x is 0, y will be 4. If y is 0, x will be 2. So here 0, 4 and 2, 0. These are the two point of intersections. Okay. Then x plus 2y is equal to 0. Put x is 0. We get y will be 0 and if y is 0, x also 0. So here we are getting that origin. Now going for the next, vertex vertex of a linear inequality is 2x plus 3y is less than or equal to 6, x plus 4y is less than or equal to 4, and x comma y both are greater than 0. So options are given here. So by using these inequalities, we can draw a graph like this. 2x plus 3y is equal to 6 and x plus 4y is equal to 4. We get x is equal to 12 by 5, y is equal to 2 by 5. So first we are getting that point of intersections, and here look at this, x plus 3y is equal to 6. So here it is point of 0 to 30. By using this next equation, x plus 4y is equal to 4, that is here. So this is the solution. Next example, a vertex of a feasible region by the linear constants 3x plus 4y is less than or equal to 18, 2x plus 3y is greater than or equal to 3, and x comma y greater than or equal to 0 is. Options are given here. So which option will be correct by using these inequalities? So here these equations are also known as constants. Okay, so let's have a look for the solution. So here 3x plus 4y is equal to 18 and 2x plus 4y is equal to 3 gives 0 1 3 by 2 0 0 4.5 6 0. These are the point of intersections. Okay, so by using these two lines we will get such type of graph. Next one, in which quadrant the bounded region for inequations x plus y is less than or equal to 1 and x minus y is less than or equal to 1 is situated? Whether first and second, first and third, second and third, and all the four quadrants. We are going to find out bounded region for inequations, in which quadrant it comes. So here we have the equations x plus y is equal to 1 and x minus y is equal to 1. So x plus y equal to 1, and by using x minus y is equal to 1, we are getting that point of intersection. So here in this graph, that origin included in the area is the bounded region situated in all four quadrants. The region represented by 2x plus 3y minus 5 is less than or equal to 5. Look at this, 2x plus 3y minus 5 is less than or equal to 0. Second is 4x minus 3y plus 2 is less than or equal to 0 is not in first quadrant, bounded in first quadrant, unbounded in first quadrant, and last option will be none of these. So let us go to the solution. So here we have that solution as 4x minus 3y plus 2 is equal to 0, 2x plus 3y minus 5 is equal to 0. Here these are the two equations. By using these two equations, what is the answer? Bounded in first quadrant only. Here it is clear graph is given. With the equations we can draw such type of graph, and in CET exam LPP having a weightage of 2%. So you can solve the examples very easily. The region represented by the inequation system x, y less than or equal to 0, y is less than or equal to 6, x plus y is less than or equal to 3 is unbounded in first quadrant, unbounded in first and second quadrants, bounded in first quadrant, and none of these. What will be the correct answer? Just we are going to see here. Third option is we have bounded in first quadrant. Okay, so here by using that equations, x plus y is equal to 3, which gives 0, 3, 3, 0. On x axis the coordinates, x coordinate is 3, y coordinate is 0, and if y is x is 0, we are getting y is equal to 3, means here we are getting that x coordinate is 0, y coordinate is 3. So here we can say that the region bounded in first quadrant. Next one example, in equation y equal to x is less than or equal to 0 represents the half plane that contains the positive x-axis, closed half plane above the line y is equal to x which contains positive y-axis, third half plane that contains the negative x-axis, and last option is none of these. So here option A will be the correct option by using that y minus x is less than or equal to 0. So here half plane that contains the positive x-axis. Thank you everyone.